Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE NXT UK Takeover Cardiff, which was broadcast live on August 31st, 2019. I'm recording this from inside of my rental car in the parking lot of the Sears Center, and just enough time between the end of Takeover and when doors open for All Out tonight when we record this episode. So here I am recording this episode because Takeover was freaking awesome. Oh my god. So no spoilers in this first part. I recommend, if you don't know anything about what happened on this show yet, go and watch it right now. It's absolutely worth watching. I didn't watch the kickoff show. I believe it was only a half hour for the kickoff show. And then the show itself was pretty much exactly 3 hours. So that was pretty cool that they got the timing like so good on that. But yeah, it was 6 fantastic matches. The 5 that I talked about in the last episode and the catch-up episode. And then we also had Cesaro there issuing an open challenge. Okay, now spoilers in effect. So if you still don't know anything about this show, stop listening right now. Go watch the show. Believe me, just go watch the show. Okay, first off, we had Noam Dar versus Travis Banks. I was only like kind of half paying attention to this match because I had it on while I was driving from the what was going on. I was at Target, which is nearby, and I had it on for a little bit. Then I went inside Target and got some, mostly used the restroom, and I also got some Ben & Jerry's cookie dough, which I didn't know that existed. But buying one bag of it is not a single sit-down treat. It is it is a lot, and you need to keep it frozen, so a little bit of it has gone to waste, so I can't eat the entire bag, and it's not going to keep here in the car during the show and all of that. But anyway, I did that during the kickoff, and it's been okay. I flew here this morning from Denver, and I flew into Midway because that's the only airport in Chicago. Southwest only flies to Midway. Southwest does not fly to Chicago O'Hare, which Chicago O'Hare is way more convenient for wrestling shows because all the shows are on the west side of town. But anyway, rented a car, drove out here. It's about an hour drive. Luckily, the traffic wasn't too bad. It wasn't really bad at all. It was good, in fact. Stopped along the way, get some food, all that kind of stuff. But before all of that, when I only got about 3 hours of sleep because I decided to stay up a little bit later to start work on a new painting, a 30-inch by 40-inch painting, which is the largest one that I've done yet. So I have like the first couple of steps done on it, and I'm really excited to get back to working on it when I get back home tomorrow. But so yeah, I stayed up a little bit later than I should have. And like I said in the catch-up episode, I skipped a bunch of NXT UK episodes because I realized I wasn't going to be able to watch all of them in time. And so I woke up right when I needed to be able to get off to the airport on time. And I forgot my ticket that I had printed out for All Out, which I'm not sure if I actually needed it printed out, but I wanted to play it safe. I didn't want to get here, show about to start, and I try to scan for my phone, and it doesn't work. That's no good. So I forgot that. And I realized I forgot these things like right as I exited my apartment complex, but I felt like turning back would add enough time that it could cause me to be really late. I don't know. I absolutely could have turned back and been totally fine, like the moment that I realized. And as it turned out, it wasn't really a big deal. And a lot of the problems that I thought were in front of me were not problems at all. Because the other thing that I thought I forgot was my headphones. Because I thought I put them away in my big backpack. And this is a one-day trip, so I packed into a smaller backpack. And I forgot to move my headphones holder into there. And so I ended up, after getting through security and all of that, at like a Hudson News or something, I bought a new pair of Bluetooth headphones, which I needed to get anyway. I've just been using wired headphones for the last like month. A few trips ago, they must have fallen out of my pocket when I got a lift or something. But anyway, so I bought a much more expensive than it needed to be, a pair of Bluetooth headphones. Probably only like $25 if I got it at Best Buy. They're $40 at the airport, whatever. They worked great for what we needed them to do, which was to listen to some podcasts and stuff. And I watched the first episode of Mindhunter season 2. That show's freaking good. Go watch that show. Go watch season 1. I kind of wish I had gone back and watched season 1, because I forget what happened like right at the end of the first season, but that doesn't matter. This first episode is awesome, and I'm really excited to watch more of it. But I also listened to a little bit of ENC Podcast of Awesomeness and some other stuff to get through the plane ride. But it was pretty bumpy. It was probably the bumpiest, like consistently bumpy throughout the entire trip of any trip that I've been on in the last two years. But anyway, I get here, I get my car, which this car is freaking awesome, and I kind of want it. If next time I get a car, like when I trade in my current car, eventually, I think I'm gonna get one of these, which is a Jeep Wrangler, and it's like extended. I don't know what that type of model is. It like the Jeep Wrangler Optimus or something? I don't know. The Odyssey? Is it Odyssey? No, it's not Odyssey. I know there's the Sport is the small one, and the Rubicon is also the small one, but I think the Rubicon can also be the big. Anyway, doesn't matter. I like it a lot. It's much bigger than any other car that I've driven in the last while, other than a box truck, of course. But I'm getting off track a lot here, just talking about my day. But I also have a lot of storage to take up to fill out the rest of this month, and it resets in about an hour, so I may as well use as much of that data space as I can. But I'll get to talking about NXT UK Takeover Cardiff in a minute. So after going to Target, there's the closest hotel to the arena is I think it's a Marriott, and it's just right down the street. And I went into there just to ask if it would be possible if they could print something for me. I said, "Oh, well, we have a business center right over there." No problem. Here's a tip. Here's what you do if you have like documents and stuff and you don't want to log into a strange computer, is that if your document, like you don't want to get your email inputted into there, all that, typing in your password on a strange computer, avoid all of that. If you have stuff on like Google Drive or something like that, if you make that if you make the file you need to print public, you only have to make it public for a minute. Get the link and then put that link into like Bitly or something to make it shorter. Google has its own shortener, I think, as well. Because just the default share link for Google Drive is like a really long thing, hard to just like type into something, because this makes it easy to type in. Use like Bitly or another URL shortener, and then just type that into the public computer that you're using. Print directly from that, and then as soon as you're done doing that, go back onto your phone and make it unshareable, or revoke the public link, whatever the terminology is for that. And this is the second time I've done it so far for printing tickets, and it's so much easier. I haven't done with another human yet. It's all been with just me logging onto a public computer, but it also is so much easier than emailing it to somebody at a front desk or something like that. You can just give them that link. They type it in. They don't have to worry about waiting for an email to come through, any of that. Then it's not saved in their emails, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's my tip to all of you for printing like tickets and stuff like that on a public computer. If you have it downloaded to a file sharing, a cloud storage site like Google Drive. So I got my ticket printed out, great. And then as I was driving over to the arena to get parked, and that's when most of Noam Dar versus Travis Banks took place. So this is the match that I paid the least attention to. The parts that I did pay it some attention to, I did enjoy. And Noam Dar ended up defeating Travis Banks. So good for Noam. I forget if I picked... If I made a pick between the two. I don't think I did. There's more payoff to the headphones thing that I'll get to approximately when I realize... You know what? I'm just going to jump straight, because it was after Takeover is when I realized that the headphones that I thought I had forgotten to transfer to my backpack, which I did forget to transfer the headphones holder, I had not put the headphones back into that holder. My headphones were actually still in the pocket of my shorts. The shorts that I went through security wearing, and did not trigger any kind of issues with security. But I think that may have been because I accidentally went to the wrong security lane after showing my passport and all that. I think the lane that I went to was supposed to be just for the clear passengers, because there was just a regular metal detector. They didn't have the whole millimeter wave detection unit thing, and that might be why my headphones in my pocket did not trigger that. And if they had triggered that, security happened before I bought the new headphones, so I could have avoided paying too much for the headphones I could have gotten for like $25 at Best Buy. So there you go. Check your pockets. If you think you forgot your headphones, check your pockets first before you buy new ones. Another piece of advice from the August 31st, 2019 trip to Chicago. Okay, back to the rest of this episode is all match. Well, yeah, the rest of this episode is all matches. Cesaro, you see him backstage. He's being asked by Banks. Is it Banksy? Bugsy? Bigsby? What is his name? It's not Bank. Is it? It's not Banksy. It's not the interviewer. What is this? It ends with Z, not with the letter Z, but like something Z, SY or SIE. What is his name? I don't know. He's interviewing Cesaro and asking, oh, who's your challenger going to be? And so, and of course, Cesaro's like, I don't care, I'm going to beat him up, whoever they are. Ilya Dragunov answers the call. And so we get Ilya Dragunov versus Cesaro. Friggin' awesome match. Oh my God. He had a 40 count big swing. That was crazy. All the other stuff, like, this match was so good. And I loved it. And I thought that for sure this was the match of the night. Absolutely. Little did I know, every single match after this was freaking awesome too. So anyway, after Cesaro wins, and then he teased like being about to attack Dragunov afterwards, but he turned it into a handshake, and that was really nice. I like that. So stupid. I just like teared up a little bit thinking about that. This whole show is so freaking good. I love it. I wish I could have been to been at this show in person. Or if that person's going to try to park here. I have a feeling they might. Just go over there. There's so many open spaces over there. You have plenty of space over there. Someday I'll get over to the UK for one of these takeovers, because they're so good. Like, I want to see everybody in the UK roster, and then to see the tapings the next day. It would just be like the best weekend. I don't know, but tonight's gonna be really cool too. Go listen to my the last part of the previous episode where I talk about the All Out preview. I do have some stuff to talk about the All Outside party, because I just went over there real quick just to go to use one of the porta potties to use the restroom, because it's been a long day. It's basically it was like 4 hours between the Target and the end of Takeover, going to Target and the end of the Takeover, when I could actually go and use the restroom. But anyway, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought totally. Up next, we had the Triple Threat Tag Team title match. Zach Gibson and James Drake, the grizzled young veterans, defend their championships against Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews, that team, and Gallus, Wolfgang and Mark Coffey. There was an awesome knee strike and reverse Rana combo by the Welshmen. I don't know, they don't have a tag team name, but Webster and Andrews did that. And then also Webster hit a 630 senton, but Gibson pulls the ref out of there before they could get the pin. And then they let's see, the grizzled young veterans hit Ticket to Mayhem, but Mark Andrews hits Fall to Pieces to break up the pin, which is just an incredibly performed shooting star press off the top. I believe it's just a shoot. Maybe there's something different about it, but it's like really, really good. It's like a particularly great shooting star press. Breaks up the pin, and then he drags. He gets Morgan over on top of. I think it was Gibson that was the legal man at that point, to get the pin, and they win. New tag team champions. That's so awesome. And they are the first Welsh champions in all of WWE. That is really cool too. The tiny part of me was kind of hoping that they wouldn't do it, so that Tegan Knox could be the first Welsh champion, but she can be the first female Welsh champion, and that's also really cool. That would also be really cool. She was in the audience. They showed her at one point. I'm happy to see her, and hopefully Dakota Kai is back sometime soon, because she got injured after Tegan. I don't know how different of a time frame her injury recovery is, but soon, I hope, soon. She's got to be in the next batch of episodes. Tegan has got to be, I would think. Let's see. Then we had a last man standing match between Dave Mastiff and Joe Coffey, which was bonkers. Like, within the first 2 minutes, they break the ropes. The top rope's completely undone. And it was Mastiff that was, which one of them was using it as whoever was using it? I think it was Mastiff who was using the turnbuckle as a weapon, like the metal part of it. He took the padding off and everything. He was using it as a weapon against Coffey. That was crazy. And my favorite quote of the night, I think it was Nigel who said, "The ropes just aren't what they used to be." That's a really bad impression. They use all kinds of stuff like a cricket bat. They joust out in the crowd using chairs instead of lances. That was crazy. A Death Valley Driver, I think, is the move, performed onto the announcer's desk. Was nuts. And Joe Coffey eventually wins, as they're there on the next to the announcer's table. And there's all the gig cases and all of that. So Dave Mastiff was using that to stand back up, and those things are on wheels. So Joe Coffey just kicks it to the side, sending him back to the ground, and he's the last man standing, and he wins the match. But man, there's so many other things that I didn't take notes about for this match. It was like 20 minutes long or something like that, and it was just nuts the entire time. It was great. I loved it. Then up next, we had Kaylee Ray versus Toni Storm. Not as many, like, just, like, mind-blowing, crazy, insane things as some of the other matches on this show. But Kaylee Ray won. Like, holy crap. I was not expecting that. I'm super happy for her, but also super sad for Toni Storm. I mean, from all the promos and all that leading up to it, Kaylee Ray she just destroyed their friendship and was just very, very mean to Toni in general. So, I shouldn't be happy for Kaylee Ray, but I am, because she's really talented and all of that, and it's all storyline and everything. But anyway, I was thinking, like, what now? Will they have a rematch? I certainly hope so, but maybe this means, like, Raw or SmackDown could really, they could really use the people that they have already. But Toni Storm would be an amazing addition to one of the shows, but also would be an amazing part of NXT Live once they take stage in a couple of weeks. So take the airwaves, more like. So I don't know. We'll see, because we already see Rhea over there. It might be too. I think it would be too much to bring Toni over to NXT as well. I really see her being on Raw or SmackDown. That would be really good. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think she'd be great on there. I don't know. Okay. Kaylee Ray won via the Glory Bomb, which I guess I actually didn't notice. I'm not familiar with her moveset and all of that. So I had to watch it back to hear them say what the name of that move was, because I didn't know what it was called. But anyway, congratulations, Kaylee Ray. Another new champion for the night. And then we have the ridiculous 40-minute main event, which was just awesome. Tyler Bate versus Walter. Again, I can't remember who was saying this. I'm pretty sure it was Nigel. He's like, what is Tyler doing? Like, this is like deep into the match. It's like, what is Tyler doing? Lack of oxygen to the brain, perhaps. As Tyler's like attempting to lift Walter up onto his shoulder, which he was then successful in doing several times throughout this match. But anyway, I absolutely believed that Tyler is going to get the win here. And there was this match is so exciting. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. There's Tyler is incredibly strong, and Walter is as well, but he's like twice the size of Tyler, and Tyler's like lifting him up, throwing him. He did the whole airplane spin and everything. Why is it called an airplane spin? I think I haven't seen an airplane spin in a while, so I haven't talked about this, but I feel like every time that I do talk about it, I say it's not, airplanes don't do that. Helicopters do that. It should be a helicopter spin. I don't know why it's called an airplane spin. Anyway, airplane spin would be like if you're running around in a circle around the ring with them on your shoulders, then they're like the wings of the airplane. I don't know. Anyway, that's not the point of this. The point of this is that this match is incredible, and Walter eventually wins by... Shoot, I don't even remember. He hit a big splash off the top, and that didn't work. Oh, that's right. A big clothespin after Tyler rallied. It looked like he was going to make a comeback there, but he just got walloped by that clothesline, and Walter retained. And so we see there's the rest of British Strong Style came out. Pete Dunne and Trent Seven, they're dressed all super nicely, and they help Tyler up, and they get the thank you Tyler chants and all of that. And we'll see what happens next. I can't see them going anywhere. Well, Pete Dunne's gonna be over in NXT for a little while, but I don't know. Maybe the rest of them too. They could. Oh man, actually, I could see them going over to NXT to just put on some freaking killer tag team matches on the live weekly show. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm excited for that, if that's what's going to go down. Plus Pete Dunne doing his thing, going after whoever and whatever they can. Undisputed Era versus British Strong Style, I'm okay with that. Get some Street Profits action in there. And the Forgotten Sons, whatever. So yeah, that covers everything. It's about time for me to head over to the arena. It looks like people are still lined up a lot outside. According to my ticket, the show starts at 6, I think. Let's see. Oh, I have a physical ticket with me. It actually would have been easier for me to pull it up on my phone. Yeah, it says 6 o'clock, so the doors should be opening soon. It's 5:04 as I'm recording this, and it's nice and cool as the sun is coming back out and warming everything up. It's nice and cool inside of the Jeep here, but yeah, that's okay. I can't forget that. That's everything I wanted to talk about with the Oh yeah, I want to talk about the all outside party. I went over there to use the restroom. Did I already talk about that? If I did already talk about this, then I apologize. I went over to use the restroom, and Flip Gordon is hosting it, and he had Frank the Clown there with him on the stage. I missed most of the stage stuff because Brian Pillman, I believe it was, just picks up Frank the Clown and carries him over to the dunk tank, which is like right where I was standing as I walked up to over there, and there was a guy sleeping on the bench that right near there, and Flip is like, "What are you doing? What are you sleeping at my party for?" He goes over and wakes him up. He's like, "What are you doing?" And then he made that guy throw the first ball for the dunk tank Frank the Clown was set up at, and he missed. It would have been so amazing if the guy that just woke up nailed the dunk tank throw. That would have been brilliant. But it's that not everything can happen perfectly in a day. In fact, usually as imperfectly as possible. But that was really fun to like be right there as it was happening, and I got a few pictures and some video of that, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that happened over there. I headed back so I could record this episode in the car and cool down a little bit, because I had the feeling that the clouds were going to part and the sun was going to come and bake all our brains into the park. The park is really cool over there. They have like an actual concession stands, but they also have like an actual building structure for concessions. But the line was really long for drinks. I was gonna try to get like a Gatorade or something, but I'll do that inside of the arena. Since I finished off the Gatorade that I got earlier, the line was really long for the actual drink, which is like the structure, the permanent structure for concessions. And then it didn't seem like any of the food trucks had drinks. They just had their food, which I'm not very hungry, because I also got Jimmy John's. Shout out to he's not sponsored by them anymore. Don't shout out to him. But I was stupid and got the double long, what is it, like 18 inches, whatever, the stupidly long sandwich. It was way too much sandwich for any one person to eat. Like, over the course of an entire day, it's too much. But so yeah, I didn't get food over at the All Out side party. But it was fun seeing, he did get dunked a couple of times. The first legitimate dunk, because another one of the wrestlers was there, and he, like, ran up to it and, like, shoulder tackled the target, and that sent him into the water. But there's a little kid, maybe, like, 3 feet tall. He's probably, like, I don't know, like 8 years old. I don't know. But he got it. You could pay, like, I think it was, like, $5 or something. It was all for charity. Which is awesome, but you get 3 tries, and this little kid nailed it on his second try, and it was amazing. And everyone was chanting, one more time, because he had another throw to try, but unfortunately he did not repeat his feat. So yeah, I'm sure you can find video of all those different things happening online. I might post the video of him waking up, because I was, like, right there, which is really funny. But yeah, that was super fun. I didn't, like, talk to anybody when I was over there or anything like that. I just went over there mainly just to use the restrooms, as I said, and ended up being, like, really fun for, like, it was, like, the most concentrated 5 minutes of fun that you could hope for. So yeah, now that's it. I'll be back later on tonight talking about All Out, including the buy-in, of course. I'm pretty excited about the Casino Battle Royale with all the women. That should be really cool, because there's another wild card in there, and that could potentially be really exciting. And yeah, I think that's the thing I'm most excited about right now. And then, of course, the battle between arcade classics, Mega Man isn't from Omega Man versus Pac-Man. That's a potential thing they could have played up. I don't know. But stay tuned for that later on. Let me know what you thought about NXT Takeover NXT UK Takeover Cardiff by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.